won't. Something's got to give with this group. I don't know.
Something's got to give. Why are people saying, did you see that headline where they're saying they want to get rid of Jennifer Tilly? Is that like a joke? Because what does she even do? She's
Well,
great.
it's funny. This has been a headline that the cast cannot stand Jennifer Tilly,
Huh.
that she did an interview where she's like was asked about her wealth, and she's like, I don't know why people are so consumed with my wealth. I'm not that wealthy. And then people are like, oh. Now, it's funny you mentioned that because Kathy Hilton has just spoken out in favor of. So Kathy Hilton just did an interview and she was asked about this. That everyone can't stand. And Kathy said, I've never heard any of our girls club say any unkind word about Jennifer Tilly, Kathy wrote in a comment. So Kathy is saying that this is not true. Jennifer is that like it basically right where they said that she's the least popular and no one can. Kathy Hilton calls bullshit on this.
Hmm. Good to know.
I don't know if this is true either, right? Like, and then also people are saying the only person who Jennifer Tilly doesn't follow, the only one who doesn't follow Jennifer is Dorit. Everyone else follows. So now people are saying that Dorit leaked this because she doesn't get along with Jennifer because she's jealous of her. So I don't believe this. I really don't,
I don't think
right?
so. Because even with Sutton, I don't see Jennifer really defending her. I mean, in the after show, she does defend her a little more, but her comments are usually, she's usually saying such big SAT words. I don't even know half the time what she's talking about. She's so eloquent and smart. So I'm like, why is everyone mad? Maybe they don't understand her like me.
And she has a lot of money, which, yeah, I
Hmm.
understand she got it from her husband, but Sutton got the money from the husband. Kyle, I guess Kyle does very well for herself, but not $100 million. Kyle will get like $50 million from her husband if
Hmm.
she divorced. So I don't personally really have a problem with someone who was married while someone else became successful and then they get half of it. I don't see that as a shortcut. That's just me.
I don't either. It's a job. Like you were married. It's a job. And if that person didn't want you to get half, they should have had a prenup, right? So I don't have a problem with it. And I think maybe in Jennifer Tilly's mind, it's like she's thinking about what she earned as an actress, which is probably not bad either, because she probably has a percentage of the Chucky movies, because she's such a staple. I'm sure she's getting a percentage of those sales, and that still does well. Those still, people still watch that stuff. So,
I call bullshit, and now Kathy Hilton has called bullshit on this too. So there you go.
great.
Well, Jax has spoken out. The new season of The Valley. It should be soon. I can't wait. Jax has said that basically he feels bad for Tom Sandoval. That at this point he's referring to the Traitors because Tom is kind of the butt of the joke on the Traitors, and Jax has said that anything Tom does at this point is a faux pas and he is the butt of the joke. And he feels that he's done his time. We have put the guy through enough. And yeah, what he did is wrong, but he served his time. And at this point, he should be rebuilding his brand, but he has PTSD from Scandal. So I personally never hated Tom the way the rest of the world did, but that's just me. So I also think I don't really see what's so bad about Tom. I mean, I know what he did. It
Sure.
doesn't bother me. It's like, yeah, I mean, Tom is that typical 40-something-year-old Hollywood rocker that's chasing we all know the type because we live in
Mhm.
LA. He
Mhm.
doesn't bother me for some reason, Tom. I don't know why.
He's not the worst of the bunch. I mean, Whitney on Southern Charm, he's like the same as Sandoval. He's saying the same dumb stuff. And you know what Sandoval, oh, women are cheaters. I meant the traitors. Like some of the stuff he does, I'm like, are you really that dense? Or are you kind of playing into the joke? Like even when he was on that dumb show, what is it called? Seals or something? What is that one?
Yes, the one that Denise Richards was just on.
Yeah. And he's crying and he's like, I'm this and I like I think you're playing into it a little bit. And I've worked with him. I've worked with so many people that are a nightmare. He's not even in the top 10, but he's a nightmare. He's difficult. He's like, I don't want to take pictures of the fans. And he's like, oh, we're allies. Look at the picture of me and Schwartz kissing. He just kind of says dumb shit. I'm like, a picture of two straight guys kissing does not make an ally, but okay. But you just have to kind of like take them for a grain of salt. And I know Ariana, I've talked to her many times. She doesn't even spend a millisecond of her day thinking about Tom Sandoval anymore. Like it is, she is so far past him. She's in a full-on relationship. She has a business, like, and the same with Katie. They're so past the Toms that it's like people are still beating them up. And I get it to some extent, but like men have done horrible things. Women have done horrible things in relationships. At one point, you just have to kind of give it up. But also, he doesn't go away enough that we can kind of forgive him. That's my, like, from a PR standpoint. If I was him, I'd go away for 6 months and then I would reappear. It's like we never got a break from it. It was like Scandival, and then it was like right into the valley. Then we have to like forgive him. Then everyone's defending him. Then it's like, then he's on that show, The Seals. Then he's on The Traitors. Like he didn't stop. And I think, and then he went on Howie Mandel. Like you were should have just gone away.
The thing with all these people, Teresa included, like, we're running out of shows for you to go on. Like, I guess we could try Teresa for the Traitors.
Mm.
I thought maybe Tom would have been on Dancing with the Stars. I kind of think that ship has sailed. I mean,
I think that was single.
that's like kind of an A-list gig, you know? So it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Like we're running out of shows for a lot of these people, right? I mean, like Tom has had a good run, but now what? When the Traders is over, I don't know if
Mhm.
Villains is ever gonna come back. I'm not so sure it is. Like, what
It's not very
now?
good. It's not very good.
I
I don't know.
personally hated Villains. I couldn't watch it. I tried and I hated it.
I know everyone loves Traders. I can't stand it. Like,
I
I think
love
it's just,
Traders.
I know
I
everyone
love
loves it.
it.
I think it's so cheesy. I just cannot get behind it. But if Teresa was on it, I would watch her because watching her trying to figure out the game of Mafia would be amazing. Like, she would be so confused. Like, it would just be so good. And I don't know. I'm like, that's a great point. We're running out of shows. And like, remember Winter House? That always bothered me. Like, you'd watch Summer House and then it was the same people on Winter House. I'm like, I already saw these people on Below Deck. I don't need to see them in a house together. Like,
Well, that's gone. I mean,
okay,
that
thank
ain't ever coming back.
God.
Yeah, I mean, yes and yes. I love Traders though. I like the
Everyone does.
game. Like I love it for the same reason that I love Big Brother. I love a mind game that you have to just get in and like dissect. I find it
Mhm,
so interesting.
mhm.
Like
I could,
yeah, it's
I
so
could see that.
I
I could
love
see that.
Traders.
And you see a different side of them. Like I like seeing like a side of Chriselle that's different because I've seen the clips. Don't get me wrong. I've watched the clips. I just haven't watched a full episode. I think that if the host was different, I really cannot vibe with Alan Cumming. I don't know why. I feel like he's so cheesy.
See, I can't vibe with Alan Cumming outside of the Traders. I personally
Mm,
never liked him. I have been to Club Cumming in New York City a million times. Like, I just never really liked Alan Cumming either. I never watched The Good Wife. Personally, I've had like run-ins, not bad. Like, I've run into him in New York City. I don't find him so pleasant as a person. But I love him on the traders. Like I get it. Like the outfits are meant to be over the top. Who was saying, was it Ion? Somebody was saying one of their outfits was vetoed because they're like, you can't wear that. It's so fabulous. It'll compete with Alan in this scene. And like you are told, by the way, I don't know if you have to get all your outfits approved, but like you're told when you pack for the traders, like you need this type of look. Like they pack for a medieval Scottish, beyond